Art Home Community's most recent Baldwinsville Community Update. I'm your host, Shelly Hoffman. Hey everybody, I'm here with Jeff Rogers, and normally I say Jeff Rogers from Angry Garlic, but today I get to say Jeff Rogers from the Angry Smokehouse. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm fantastic. How are you, Shelly?
Good. Can you tell like I'm like a giddy today? Does it show through the camera?
You and I both. I'm super pumped for this.
So I asked you a couple of times throughout the summer, if you could do a video with me and kind of give us a tour and a little bit of information about Angry Smokehouse. And anybody that follows you on social media has to be feeling the hype. Because you took a tour pretty much around the country, right? To taste different recipes and whatnot.
Yeah, it was cool. I started in the Midwest, started in Texas, and then I worked my way. I flew to Texas and then rented a car and drove my way back north. But I was in Texas for a while there, then Missouri, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, and then came home. I hit 32 barbecue joints on that trip, and I was able to study under 11 pit masters. It was amazing.
Wow. Did they know you were coming, or when you got into town, you just kind of hooked up and they let you into the kitchen and whatnot?
No, the trip, it was a planned trip. I planned the states first, and then I planned the locations second. And then I made an absurd amount of phone calls asking to speak to the owners, the manager, the pit masters. And most of the time the pit masters were the owner. So it actually worked out well. No, the 11 places I went to where I was actually able to spend a full day or several hours at, that was planned. They were super pumped. I told them my story, told them I was coming from New York, told them how long I've been in the industry, which is September's 31 years now. My goodness. And they were excited. They're like, yeah, absolutely. Come on down. We fire up the pits at 4 a.m., hang out as long as you want. And we're going to teach you some real barbecue is what they said. And it was funny because they weren't lying. I was at the pits at 4 a.m. Many days with all of them, and I didn't leave the pits until 8:30 p.m. And they taught me everything from house rubs to their barbecue sauces to how they stoke up the pits, how they build a fire in the pits. I mean, there's certain techniques to everything, to making sure that the pits hold temperature and that the fire doesn't burn too fast or too slow. And the techniques are fantastic.
Did you know a lot of that stuff was going to be needed to know before you went? Or did you learn a lot like, hey, this is a little bit more than I thought I was getting into, but I'm still super pumped to do it?
Well, I had pages of questions I wanted to ask. And I knew I knew the information that I wanted to know, but I didn't know if I'd get all the information that I really, really needed. So I had these pages of questions, and I'm like studying them on the flight down. So I'm not walking in with pieces of paper saying, like I'm giving them an interview or something.
Yeah.
And once I got to the pits, I think just natural instinct took over from being in the industry for so long. And I'd start getting my hands dirty. And while I'm working next to the pit masters or next to the kitchen crew or the line cooks, the questions just came naturally, and they were elated to answer them for me. And, when they break out the recipe books and they start saying, hey, let's make this together, that it was beyond amazing to me. And my response to all of them was, I'm not going to steal your recipes. I'm just writing them down, and I'd take notes and I'd write stuff down, or they'd even write things down for me. Sometimes they go so far as to go in the office and photocopy an actual recipe for me. And they're like, take it home, man, have fun with it. And I'm not going to duplicate exactly what their recipe was, but I'm sure as hell going to start my bases of a lot of my sauces and rubs from the recipes I learned from the best. Why wouldn't I,
Yeah. Nice. So I never thought about this until you were just talking. Where is your pit at? Is it located at the restaurant? Is it at your house? Where is your pit?
The big cooker is behind the building at the smokehouse right now. And that's a cabinet style rotisserie cooker. It's gas and wood fed. And then I have another cooker under my hood system in one of the, thankfully, 2 kitchens I have here at the smokehouse. I hope that my kitchen staff at AG doesn't hear that, because they are not going to be happy. And then because the kitchen at Angry Garlic is just so small, it's 380 square feet. That's all they have to work out of at
Wow.
Angry Garlic, and they somehow push out 700 dishes a day out of that kitchen. I don't know how they do it. And then the third cooker I have, it was accidentally dropped off at my house. And that's what's called a stick burner. It's a big barrel cooker, and that's 13 feet long. And that one is going to come down here as well. And as soon as you pull in the driveway, that's kind of going to be like the showpiece. You pull in and you see that thing going and smoking, and you smell it, and it's pretty cool.
So that was going to be my next question then, obviously, because if you're cooking all that right there at the restaurant, you know where my building is, where I'm standing right now. Does
Yeah.
that mean every day when I walk out, I'm just going to smell the Angry Smokehouse and start drooling?
Yeah, every morning when you pull in, and every day that you walk out of work, you will be smelling smoke.
Awesome. So excited. So I know you promised me a tour,
Yeah.
like a little sneak peek. And for full disclosure, you did tell me it's a little bit messy. It's still under construction, but you are close to getting to the point where you're open, right?
Yeah, it's extremely close. We did receive the liquor license, and sorry, someone's calling me, of course, while I try to do this. We did receive the liquor license, and we just received our plumbing inspection, passed with flying colors. So really, what's left are final inspections. So electrical, fire, health, and building inspections. And a couple of those are county, so they may take a few weeks. The village is local. I have a great relationship with everyone locally, so that won't take long at all. But we did everything by the book, and we really went above and beyond what we had to do for minimum qualifications. So I don't see any problems with any inspections. I think they'll all pass with flying colors. And then inside, you'll see when we do the quick video tour here, the bar's a little bit messy because I have a bunch of different things on the bar, because right now I'm polyurethaning the back bar. So everything on the back bar is on the main bar, and we're putting together furniture, and just little things like that. But we're only probably 2 solid days of work, and this place is completely done.
Wow. And so again, before you give the tour, not everybody watching this obviously was in the building prior to you purchasing it, but you had to take a lot of things apart, like kind of strip the building down, right?
It was we peeled off the band-aids on this building and realized that it was an absolute nightmare. Angry Garlic was bad because that building was from 1856, and our thought process, my thought process, my wife's thought process was, and even my contractor, Randy Reinhardt, was that, if it caught on fire, it was rebuilt in 85. So it can't be that bad.
Oh, that's so cute, Jeff.
And yeah, that was cute. It was a great thought process, and it turned into an absolute nightmare. It really did. We started pulling out the bar and pulling up the carpets. The subfloor was all rotted out from water damage, and then we pulled up the subfloor, and the floor joists were rotted out. So next thing you know, we're replacing floor joists in the entire bar and dining room area. The bathrooms, same disaster. They had a lot of leaks, and so we're replacing subfloor and floor joists in there. Plumbing was a disaster. Electrical was a nightmare. So we had to start from scratch. Honestly, we gutted this whole place and basically rebuilt it.
So before we went live, I was teasing that you had mentioned you were going to try and open in May and then just tease us all summer into the fall.
I swear that was not done on purpose.
But the reality is that was a lot of work, and then coordinating, and, Randy's amazing. Anybody from Baldwinsville knows that.
Yeah.
Probably way past Beeville. So no doubt that it was all done correctly, but it was.
Yeah, all the crews I had, everyone that was in on this job, everyone was local. The electricians, Graph Electrical, and and Ben Shaw with TNS Mechanical Plumbing. Everyone was local. John McFall over at Langside. It was amazing effort from everyone, because everyone worked so hard to get this place open. The simple fact that we have turned the corner and we're on kind of our final lap here is so exciting. And all the contractors come by every day to those that are done They still come by almost daily, and they're like, "How are we looking? How are we looking? When are you opening? Is my name on the bar yet? You know, and is it on the back of your bar still? Where's my engraving going to be?" And it's cool. It's fun. It's exciting. Jeff Maloning with JMM Contracting, he did all the paint inside. I mean, there were just so many people. I don't want to start naming names because I don't want to forget someone, and that wouldn't be cool. But there's so many people in on this project, and all of them local, except for I think the only one I hired out that wasn't local is my buddy Nicky YC, just that does all my logo design and artwork. And if you go to Angry Garlic, you see all the design work he did over there. He's Rochester, but he's been a lifelong friend since nursery school. But everyone else is right here in Central New York and Baldwinsville.
Which again is part of the reason why the hype is there, because everybody's just talking about it, they're
Yeah.
in and out. And again, I know you don't want to mention people, but I'm good friends with Mark Casson, and I know him and Nick were over there a couple times, and they were talking about it. And it's just, I don't know, it's the top of the village, but we have a lot of things, as you know, the Taste of Baldwinsville. We have so much happening in the village. So part of me is like, it gives us something to look forward to, even though you'd like to have been open in May. I've said this before. It's nice because it's something to anticipate into the fall.
Yeah.
The other big thing about your location is the outside bar, which obviously by the time you open, it's not going to be outside bar. But we talked about that a little bit before you went live. So when is that going to start being constructed and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, because we're opening so late in the year now, Randy, my contractor, Randy Reinhardt, and I decided that's probably best that we just wait on the outside bar and build it. And, if the weather breaks late March, if not, then early April. And really, it's kind of giving the guests yet another thing to look forward to with the smokehouse. Outside we power washed the deck, really got it down looking good, restained it, and the deck looks great now. Mark Casson and Nick, the two of them did a remarkable job with repairs to the parking lot, the landscaping, getting rid of, making it look pretty again, I guess you could say.
There are some violations out there, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, a couple. And those guys are amazing. And now you walk around this property now, and between the paint, the exterior repairs, the deck, the maintenance, the visual appeal with the landscaping, you drive into the parking lot here now and your car doesn't bottom out anymore. So it's little things like that, I guess. But and we had Taste of Evil a few weeks ago, and yeah, I had Angry Garlic had a stand over there, and it was funny because I haven't fired up any of the outside lights yet. And before I left the building here that Saturday morning, I turned all the exterior lights on. And my buddy Jimmy Delia that had a stand next to me, and Mary Tassone, and she was a couple stands down from me. I'm like, guys, wait until like 7 o'clock rolls around. I think that the lights are gonna all come on, but I don't know for sure because I haven't tried it yet. And right on the dot, those lights came on. This place was lit up. The gooseneck lighting above the signs were on. The parking lot, big lights were on, and it looked amazing. It really did. It was one of those moments where it literally brought a tear to my eye because I hadn't seen it like that. And it was just super cool. And then everyone walking from the Taste of Beeville back over the bridge were all commenting on it, sending me pictures. Like it was super cool. So yeah, the visual appeal from the exterior it's remarkable.
I love I'm a red person, for those people who don't know me, but the color of it, it grabs your attention anyway. And it's a cool building. From the time I moved up here, it was open, it was a restaurant, but what the transformation of it is it's just insane. It literally pops when you're walking along that canal. So I have a request then. If you're going to open the deck in like the springish, you should do grand opening of the restaurant and then another big party in the spring.
I think that's a fantastic idea. Absolutely. We'll have the grand opening of the inside, and then we'll have the grand opening of the deck. The deck, the way I'm going to have it laid out, it'll actually with the bar, it'll seat 92 people. So actually the outside will seat more than my inside.
Wow. That'll be exciting. Yeah. I mean, look at the Angry Garlic, you have some outdoor seating, but obviously it's limited just because it's on the sidewalk.
Sure.
But
yeah.
That's one of the I don't know, when you think of the weather getting warmer, it's nice to see the outdoor seating come into the village, and then it's getting cold when all of a sudden the outside seating goes away. So,
Yep.
um, well, Matt Hunt just said he can't wait to walk over for lunch because, as you know, he's close, very close actually.
Oh, Matt's awesome. I love that guy.
Yep. So, can we take a minute now to kind of do the tour of the
Yeah,
space?
yeah, absolutely. We'll start right with the front door, as if you're walking in the restaurant. And
Oh,
right here, we're actually just getting all the tables set up, kind of staging the restaurant. Um, the bar used to be dead center in the middle of this place with green carpet, and we changed all that. And now here's the bar now. It's over here with a nice, beautiful back bar.
so I'm just gonna have you go back just a little bit. So all the lighting you said that you put in, so you put in can lighting, you put in the lights over the bar, and then you have the natural light coming from the window. So at least from my view, Jeff, it looks like it's really bright in there, like the
It
colored
is.
light.
The windows, and I'll bring you this way just so I can give you a better view of the windows are, I mean, it's practically floor to ceiling windows, and the natural light coming in this building is absolutely spectacular. Um, but yeah, the can lights, the lighting in general, none of this was here. So we brought it all in. I'm debating whether I should take a few down. It almost looks like a little too much lighting, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would be your call. From my point of view, it looks really bright, but you know that in real estate, a lot of times we love that natural light, the brightness. I'm
Right.
assuming some of them are on dimmers, so maybe
Yeah,
maybe.
yep. Everything's on dimmers. Like these, I don't even know if I'm pointing at them or not, but these these are bourbon bottles that were cut and we, made light fixtures out of those. Yeah, everything's on dimmers. Um, all the I don't know if you saw on social media, but I've been asking for picture frames and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we're going to be, and there's still quite a bit of wall space as well. So we're going to be putting up about 148 pictures are going to go on these walls.
What are they pictures of? I did see the request for the frame. So what are the pictures going to be of?
The pictures are a lot of them are from my barbecue road trip, and the pit masters, the owners, the cooks, the kitchen crew were all more than willing to allow me to take pictures of the whole place, the pits, everything. So a lot of it is from that, and a lot of it's just the different cookers that I saw on my travels. Um,
Well,
I was.
can you
I'm
take
sorry.
us out to your cooker? Can we see that?
Oh yeah. Well, here I'll show you. Well, here's something no one really knows about yet.
Oh, okay.
This is a room that they used to use to like sell jewelry out of, from what I understand. But this is what it looks like now. And this is going to be what I guess you could refer to as a chef's table room. So this will be open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, unless you want to, do a private party in here. And I have two 10-foot gorgeous tables built for this room. They're actually going to get put up today. And then we're going to do probably a 4:30, a 6:30, and an 8:30 seating in here. And this is going to be the room where you get to kind of taste a little bit of everything. The pitmaster is going to come out here, carve table side, talk about the whole smoke process, the hickory wood that we're using, how seasoned it is. It's just going to be a really, really cool experience in here.
So when I know it's funny because I was going to ask you if you were going to have any type of a private room or large party room, something like that. So this would be something I'm assuming people have to sign up for. And then let's say that Matt's in here as well. So let's say me, Matt, Tina, and one other person. There's four of us. Would
Yep.
we just reserve four chairs, and then other people would reserve additional seats? Is that how that
That
works?
is that's 100% exactly the way I'd like this to go. Yeah. Between the two tables, I'll be able to seat roughly 20 people in here. And yeah, if you're a four top, exactly, you'll reserve four seats, and then you'll be sitting next to, maybe another a deuce or another four top or a six top or who knows. But the concept is just to kind of make it a unique experience and a barbecue experience, unlike what anyone else is offering around here. Um, and it'll be fun, meet new people, hang out, have some good barbecue, and chat with the pit master. And I just think it's going to be an overall really fun experience.
So I'm not a food person. I always joke that my favorite food is whatever somebody else cooks for me.
Yeah.
But I'm friends with people that can, they can actually taste, the different seasonings, and they're really excited for exactly what you said, to taste all the different flavors and the seasoning and how you blend it together. So um, I can think off the top of my head about 5 or 6 of my friends that will be all over that. And then I'll just be there because it's good food and
Yeah.
I'll learn something. But
This walking outside now, this is where you pull in. The that stick burner cooker I was telling you about is actually going to go right on this pad right here. This is all the outdoor furniture that was delivered. This is going to be going into the basement of Angry Garlic for storage over the winter.
okay.
So getting rid of that actually today, that goes into storage. And
Um,
then I'll give you a long view of the deck that we just redid.
wow.
But it came out really, really good. New canvas is all made and waiting at Awning Mart, and they're just going to store it for the winter for me now, and then I'll put it up in the spring.
Can you raise the camera up a little bit? Because I'm looking at the deck, but honestly, my eyes keep going to the lighthouse and the building itself. For anybody that doesn't live in Baldwinsville and hasn't driven past it yet, I mean,
Uh,
it's just. I mean, again, you got my two favorite colors, red and black, together. But even if they weren't my favorite colors, it's such a striking building. You did a great job, even with the exterior of the building.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The
So yeah,
so the seating, you said 92 people would be able to sit out there.
92 people will be able to sit out here, but that also includes like this grassy area over here, and then the grassy area over here as well. I have all fire pit seating.
Oh, wow.
So these, here, I'm going to walk you back over here so I can show you. The fire pits are still boxed up in the basement right now, but these are actually well, in here are the Adirondack chairs for all the fire pits. But I'll have 5 fire pits out here, and then on the deck, I'll be able to seat, roughly around 80 or so, 78 on the deck, and then 5 four tops out on the grass area, so another, you know, 20 people out there.
So when I would call to make a reservation, if I wanted the fire pit seating, I would have to be specific to that, or is it first come, first serve?
No, the only reservations, I'm not going to do reservations over here unless it's that chef's table room.
Okay.
Other than that, it's walk in unless you're a large party. I'll do reservations for large parties. Um, and the bar is actually going to go right over here. We're going to build a horseshoe shaped bar, and it's going to come out about 26 feet and then go back in.
How
Um,
many, will you have seating around the bar outside as well?
oh yeah, yeah. The bar outside will seat about 17, 18 people.
Wow.
I'm walking back with you right now to one of my cookers. It's
I
really
just
nice.
love looking at Bevo in general, Jeff. So as you're walking around, I'm like, oh, there's.
Oh, that's funny. My wood shed I'm building, it's right over there under that tarp is a bunch of hickory wood. So I'm getting ready to build a wood shed over there. And then here's one of my cookers.
Oh, now what's that one?
This is a Southern Pride cooker. This is gas fed, but also or gas fired, I should say, but wood fed. So I'll show you what I'm talking about by wood fed. Here's the firebox on this one. So it's a smaller firebox, and then having the gas control on it really allows you to burn a lot less wood and maintain a steady temp, unlike a stick burner, which is all wood and needs constant attention.
So silly question, I'm sure, but is the reason there you have the wood in there because it adds the flavor of the wood burning?
Yeah, it adds the flavor. Yeah, it adds all the smoke flavor. I just cooked on this yesterday, so I haven't cleaned it yet. Normally it's a lot more clean than this, but that's what the inside looks like.
How much meat can you make at one time? Just,
So this, it has a rotisserie system. It'll hold 48 12-pound slabs of meat, whether it's pork butt or brisket, ribs. So hold 48 12-pounders.
and how long do you have to cook the meat in there?
It depends on what you're cooking. I mean, this is going to be, I'm going to do a lot of brisket on this one because the nice thing is that I can set a temp on it with a timer, and then I don't have to give it constant attention every 20, 30 minutes, come out there and, stoke the fire. So they'll be doing a lot of overnight cooking for me, but
Yeah.
12, 14 hours on a brisket, depending on the size of it.
Wow. I actually asked to do this with you on a very pretty day as we're getting the tour. Look at the leaves changing and
It is
just
gorgeous.
the
It is
setting.
absolutely gorgeous. I mean, and one of the most exciting things is obviously being right here on the lock, and you seeing the boats pull up, pull out. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Can you turn your camera back around so we can see your
Yes.
pretty face? There you are. So what's been I have an answer in my head of what I think it's going to be, but what's your favorite part of this whole experience so far?
The whole experience, I mean, I would say that's kind of a two-part answer for me. My favorite part so far was that barbecue road trip. It
Yeah.
was amazing. It was an incredible learning experience. Like I said, 31 years I've been in this industry, and I learned more in those couple weeks that I was gone. Those 2, 3 weeks I was gone, I learned more than I have in an awfully long time in this industry. Um, the coolest thing about the experience, I'll be honest with you, is that the average age of the staff members working the kitchens and working the pits was probably 60 to 72 years old.
Really?
It was crazy. These pit masters have been cooking and barbecuing for 50, 60 years. And that's why, I mean, I was drooling listening to every single word they had to say, because here I am. I'm learning from people that have been doing this 50, 60 years. And I was writing everything down. I'd leave the pits, I go back to the hotel, and I'd just write and I'd take notes. I'd try to recap every single thing that I learned for that day. And I'd spend 3 hours just writing, so I wouldn't forget anything. That was an incredible experience. So far, part two of this, I would say, is just the support from the community, the support that my wife and I get from everyone locally, from the guests that come into AG, the support from our current staff at AG. They're just as pumped as we are to get this place open, um, and the help that I've received from everyone local that we've hired to really make this come to fruition. So, my wife Tiffany and I are just beyond excited that everyone was so willing to come and help, and that the community itself, they seem very excited for this to happen. So we're pumped to get it going.
Well, and you know this, that you put a lot into the community, so it makes sense the community gives back. It really is a two-way street. But the village of Baldwinsville, the greater Baldwinsville community, really does seem to support businesses, but businesses support other businesses. I see posts all the time that you put on. You just did something with Mary Tassone and the Taste of Baldwinsville, all that stuff. So it's just one more great business that we're going to have in Baldwinsville that's going to be part of the community and give back to the community.
Yeah, and that's another reason I love Beeville and love this community, is that everyone supports one another. There's not a single one of us restaurant owners are in competition. And to me, that's pretty remarkable. I've never lived in a place where there's no competition. It's just you try to complement each other and work together. And yeah, Mary Tassone and I just did a gigantic catering for a huge company, and it wasn't something I could take on alone, and I knew it. And I wanted to bring in the best caterer that I know, and that's Mary. And the two of us had a lot of fun. Our staffs worked extremely well together, and even both of our kitchen staffs just absolutely rocked that event out. And it was super cool. It was a lot of fun. So Mary and I are already talking about how we can team up and do another big event together.
Well, she is fun. I mean, you can't be around Mary and not laugh. Every time I see Mary, she makes me laugh. So
Yeah, she's incredible. She's absolutely incredible. And her brother John helped us out a lot too. I give John a lot of credit, and her brother Mike. The whole Tassone family came together and really helped out on this event, and it was wonderful.
Okay, so there's another question I've asked you a couple times throughout the summer, and that's gift cards. A lot of times because people are excited about it,
Yeah.
they're thinking of Christmas and holidays or birthdays, and they want to give Angry Smokehouse gift cards. When are those going to be available?
Our point of sale system is not hooked up yet. That's one of those things, probably a week before I open, I'll hook that up and get it run and make sure all cylinders are firing with the point of sale system. But I can't sell any gift cards until that is up, because all the gift cards go through that. The gift cards are in, I have them, they're in a box. But I'm going to wait just another couple of weeks, and then I would say probably within 3 weeks I'll have gift cards available.
Okay. You're going to sell so many gift cards at the first 2 weeks that you're open. It's going to be money that was already paid because everybody's coming in super excited.
it's it's amazing. I get private messages on Facebook and emails every day, several of them every day. Do you have gift cards yet? Do you have gift cards yet? Which I love. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's fantastic. I love it. But I would say probably within a few weeks I'll have gift cards.
Okay. So I could talk to you all day, Jeff. We, between the two of us, we could keep chit chatting. But is there anything before we part ways that I didn't ask you that you think the community, like other people ask you questions that you kind of want to throw out there?
I mean, the main question I get quite often is obviously when you plan on opening, and unfortunately, I don't have a definitive answer on that. It's in the hands of the final inspections at this point. But I would say I could comfortably say I think within 4 weeks we'll be open. Those doors will be open. We do a couple soft openings, work out the kinks, make sure all the equipment is running the way it should. The kitchen equipment, we've spent an absurd amount of time refurbishing, getting it back to working condition, cleaning it. So now it's really, we got to get everything fired up and make sure it's working as it should before I open those doors to the public. So we'll do a couple soft openings, work out the kinks, and then get all the constructive criticism, make adjustments, pivot, and then open up to the public. So again, probably I could honestly say I think within 4 weeks we're going to have these doors open.
Awesome. So I know myself and the rest of the community are looking forward to that. So,
Yeah.
well, thanks for your time. Thanks for the tour, and thanks for starting my day off with so much fun.
Thank you, Shelly.
I'll talk to you soon, Jeff.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
All right. Bye.